All right, guys. So I've been, messing around with the key like you guys saw and stuff, and I couldn't come up with anything. And so I hooked up the code scanner, and I found some codes. So I marked them down, and then I cleared the codes. And now the light, the anti-theft deterrent security light, it's not on anymore, but the fuel pump is still not getting enabled. So the first code that showed up, what was it? That was the engine light code, was a P1626, which was saying something about like the key detection to enable the fuel, something like that. So I looked it up, and it was saying something about the ignition switch, something in the wiring harness, a bad ground, or you gotta relearn your key. But after I cleared the codes, the light went away, and well, I didn't clear all the codes. I started with the engine light, and then in the body control module, it ended up saying something about, here, I can just show you guys the codes right here. That's what it showed me. And just basically saying that it was trying to go into learning mode. And yeah, so I don't know what the deal is, because it never went into learning mode for me. But maybe it was trying, or that was when someone else tried it. So I don't know. I'll have to do some more research. Maybe wait until Monday and just look them up at work and see what Mitchell tells us about them. I'll do a little bit of research tonight to see if I can come up with anything. But yeah, there's not much I can do. Because I also went up here, and so this is your fuel pump relay, and I switched it with this one. This is the daytime running light one. And then I also checked these two fuses. This is the fuel pump control module, like number one, and then this is the second one. It's all good. And if it was a relay, it would have changed, because I switched it with the daytime running light one. And still nothing. So I don't know, maybe something with the steering column, like with that ignition switch. Or I don't know what the deal is. And since he cut those, I'm a little skeptical about that, because I had to rig those back together. But in the back here, I don't know if you guys can see down there, there's another steering column out of, I want to say he said a 2005. And so that one has the buttons in it, the controls, which is really nice. So I might try and switch it out, but I'm just gonna do some more research and see what I come up with. But it would definitely be nice to have the controls there. But if I can get this to work, then might as well. And as you guys noticed, it's on the hoist. I did lift it up, and it is actually fairly clean under there. Definitely could get undercoated, but I mean, if I have to drop the tank, like the tank straps look really good, which is like, for up north here, those rust out quite a bit. So that was nice to see. And based off of like the wheels, like, this thing wasn't in too bad a shape, but it got hailed on really bad, and she's starting to give out. But I want to learn how to do this stuff anyways. Do some body work, do some repairs, and my first truck that I had, my first lifted truck, was a 2000 GMC Sierra 2500. And when we had the tank out of that, forget what we were doing exactly, but these frame tubes like to rust out, And if I look in that one, well, a mouse was in there making a nest. Let's see, what about this one? This one you can see right through it. And I know that they make caps for them too and stuff. But just gonna have to wash that out. It actually, yeah, it's peeling a little bit. Just kind of usual rust there. But you know, it actually doesn't seem too bad. I haven't noticed any holes at all, you know, like this. It's all in one piece, all intact. I don't know, it might be starting to get a little thin. It's kind of hard to tell. But you know, what I could do is, if I do decide to build this, take everything off. Like, it would be a lot of freaking work, but like, you know, I want to learn how to do some of this stuff. So like, if I took everything off and then like sprayed like a chemical or like acid on the frame, like, obviously, you know, it has to be pretty solid still to go through with it, which, I mean, it doesn't seem so bad, but you know, like, to clean it all up and then like, or sandblast it or something, just to get it really clean and like eat away the rust so that like it won't spread anymore. And then get it like powder coated or painted. It's so much work to get it powder coated because you have to have everything off. But that's only if I go through with it. But I mean, most people will say that this truck is, you know, junk, like my dad. But I like to learn and stuff too, and then try and get all these little dents out of the roof, which I know some people pull the headliner and go that route, or I have a little dent puller that I kind of wanted to try out that I got a while ago and haven't used yet. But yeah, we'll see. I know it's gonna be a lot of work, and I know it probably won't be worth it, but it would be a fun build, and you know, something that you guys can, you know, follow along and maybe learn from it while I'm going through the learning process also. So I don't know, that's what I'm thinking about right now. Not for sure on my plan yet, but I mean, at this point, you know, I'm just trying to get it running, and then I'll go from there. So I'm gonna do some research and I'll get back to you guys. All right, guys, back out here with the cat eye, and I looked up another video, and so I went ahead and twisted those two wires back together, and I turned the key, let it crank over, and then, you know, I'm having the problem where it doesn't start. So then you leave the key on and it'll go into like a relearn mode, and that's why it's flashing now. So I learned that from the video I watched. So now there's a few steps to this process. So this is the first step. And then after about 10 minutes, the light will shut off. You turn the key off for like 15 or 20 seconds and then repeat it 3 times. So it's gonna take like roughly 30 minutes, and then you might have to do it for a 4th time too, and then it should bypass the pass lock system, and then your security light might still be on, but it should run after you do this. So, and that's the point where I'm at right now, and I'm hoping that this works. And I got the battery on the charger just to make sure that it doesn't die, because you want to make sure that you got a good battery also for when you're doing this. So I got some time to kill here, so I'm just gonna hope that this works.